With the recent addition of hero equipment and the continued addition of strong pets, it's hard to deny that Clash of Clans is changing a lot. And after the last update, former world champion Itsu was able to completely triple a newly maxed Town Hall 16 base with just level 1 heroes. This begs the question, do hero levels even matter anymore? In this video, we're going to break down whether hero levels matter anymore, how the new hero potion rework affects all of this, and my recommendations on what you should do with your heroes. Now, first things first, we need to talk about the new benefits of upgrading heroes now. Before, you used to get abilities every 5 levels, but since the abilities are stored in the equipment now, the only real benefit you're getting for hero upgrades is hit points and DPS. This even includes the Grand Warden, who not only has the lowest hit points, but also the lowest DPS. But how does this compare to the hit points and the DPS that we get from certain pieces of equipment? I took the liberty to see how much percentage of the total DPS and hit point increases all the pieces of equipment give when compared to actually leveling up the heroes all the way. For the Barbarian King, the best increase came from the Barbarian Puppet in the HP department, which gave us a 23% of the increase that you get from maxing your Barbarian King. For the Archer Queen, the best increase came from the Healer Puppet that gave about 39% of the HP increase that we would get from maxing our Queen all the way. For the Grand Warden, the best increase came from the Rage Gem, which gave about 44% of the DPS increase that we'd normally get from maxing the Warden. And for the Royal Champion, the best increase came from the Royal Gem, which gave a 43% DPS increase compared to what maxing the Royal Champion would give. And just so you guys know, this is stats from max level equipment. This means that even though the new equipment abilities gives you a DPS and a hit point increase, it doesn't even come close to the increases that you would get if you were to max your heroes the old school way. But here's the thing, we also have to think practically. How many of you are relying on the DPS of your Warden to get you through an attack? Probably no one, because the most important thing of the Warden is the Eternal Tome and the passive ability even before the update. So one could argue that the hero levels on the Warden actually doesn't even matter that much. When it comes to the King, the DPS is nice, but what we really are concerned with is the hit points. The RC and the Queen, on the other hand, really benefit from both DPS and hit points. But to be honest, for the majority of players, this argument actually does nothing at all, because for the rest of your Clash of Clans career, you can actually war with max heroes for every single war. Let me explain. Now, as most of you already know, the hero potion was reworked in the Town Hall 16 update, making it easily the best potion in the game, in my opinion. Rushers especially are benefiting from this, since a hero potion skips literally months of upgrade time for them. And because you can use a hero potion to get max level heroes for an hour, does it even matter what level they are? You can use a hero potion to hit just as hard as anyone else in your clan, even if you are rushed. But you guys probably already put that together. The thing you might not be thinking about is the fact that you can game this for every single war for the rest of your life. Since the hero potion lasts an hour and we get 2 attacks in war, all you need to do is get both your attacks in within the same hour and you'll have max heroes. But you'll run out of hero potions eventually, right? Actually, you won't. Every week, you can run 3 wars in Clash of Clans if you're doing them back to back. And conveniently, the Raid Medal shop allows you to buy 3 hero potions every single week. This means that you can have max heroes for every war, every single week for free, and this is really important because it'll help you get more ores to upgrade your equipment. What about Clan War Leagues though? There's 7 wars in that week, right? Well, yes, you can still buy the 3 trader potions from the shop that week, but for the remaining 4 wars, it's actually not that hard to figure out. All you need to do is find 4 hero potions somewhere in the month from clan games, challenges, or the gold pass, and then store them until CWL comes around. Doing this gives you max heroes for all of CWL, which is completely OP. Now you might be asking yourself though, why would someone still want to upgrade their heroes? Well, first of all, if you sleep through or completely miss a raid weekend, then you won't be able to buy those hero potions and you're going to have really weak heroes. Second of all, even if you use max heroes in war, you won't be able to use those max heroes outside of that, especially when you're farming or trying to get to a higher league. Now, I'm not delusional or anything. I understand that you can get to a higher Town Hall level simply by sniping Town Halls using sneaky goblins. I just just think that having max heroes makes it a lot easier. Another argument is practicing for war attacks. How can you practice for your war attacks if you only have max heroes for an hour? Even though we can friendly challenge and attack our own bases now, rushers probably won't have the best bases to attack, so this is definitely a challenge in upgrading our heroes. That being said, we can't really undermine the opportunity cost when it comes to upgrading our heroes. Imagine you're upgrading 3 heroes at a single time. That's 3 builders that could be free elsewhere and helping you move on to the next town hall level. Not to mention that you're probably not going to see the fruits of your labor from those hero upgrades because you're going to be using your hero potions anyways, right? So is there even a single solid argument that says that you should upgrade your heroes? Yes, there is, but it's a little bit complex, so I'll try to explain to the best of my ability. This concept not only applies to heroes, but it applies to Clash of Clans as a whole, so it's definitely important. What I'm talking about is the 1% rule. The 1% rule says that if you're trying to get 20% better as a whole, you can get 20% better at one thing, or you could simply just get 1% better at 20 different things. The easiest way to understand this is through building hit points. Sure, they're really small increases, but if you do 20 or 30 of them, all of a sudden, all of those 1% really add up. So how does this concept relate to heroes? Well, even though you get really small increases in DPS and hit points, those small increases might just add up to you being able to triple more bases and do more damage on an all-important war for your clan. You can also think about it like the snowball effect. Stronger heroes might be able to take 1 or 2 buildings down quicker that will help the rest of your attack. But you can just end up using a hero potion to benefit from this anyway, right? Well, yeah, you can, but you can't use it in Pro Wars or in Legends League where you need to attack 8 times a day. So yeah, hero levels are still relevant, they're just a lot less relevant than they were before. But now the main question is, when should you upgrade your heroes? And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I really want you to delay your hero levels until you hit Town Hall 14. And there's a few reasons for this. First of all, I've already spoken about why Town Hall 14 is the optimal place for us to be for magic item usage, because that's where we start to see those 12+ day upgrades. If you work on your heroes before you get there, you're only going to lengthen the amount of time it takes to get to that point. Second of all, with the hero potion rework and the ease of access to them, it makes no sense to delay that magic item usage benefit over hero upgrades that won't affect your war performance. Thirdly, Town Hall 14 is where you can get the max levels of all of your equipment unlocked. And although hero levels can be surpassed with a potion, the same is not true for the equipment, so we want to ensure that we can max the best pieces earlier. However, I recommend that you sink some Dark Elixir into the Royal Champion as early as you can, so that way you can get good value out of your books of heroes. She's the hero that gets the longest upgrade fastest. Also, if you have excess Dark Elixir, you can start to put down the Queen so that you can get better value out of your books of heroes, but only put down the Queen because once again we want to use that builder time elsewhere until we get to Town Hall 14. Once you get to Town Hall 14, first do your key offensive upgrades, make sure you do your important stuff, but then as you're catching up on the other upgrades, you can get some hero levels in then. So overall, the hero levels are still important, but they're just a lot less important and even less of a priority. That being said though, the equipment levels though are really important, and you should know the fastest way to upgrade them. That's why you should watch this video right here, which details not only the fastest way to get ores, but also the fastest way to upgrade your equipment and everything you would want to know about equipment in general.